Erias Line is a role-playing game made by Stephen Elder, known online as Elder71, and his talented team, which include James Wilson, who composed the soundtrack, Kate Bristrova as the concept artist, and Bobby McPherson, who helped in the script editing. This game is currently in development and is being built using RPG Maker VX Ace. The setting for the game takes place in this steampunk fantasy world known as Erias, where apparently the universe has died, forcing its engineers to construct an artificial sun to try and sustain all remaining life. What remains of centralized civilization is called the Exclave, who are currently using the knowledge gained from the artificial sun's construction to enter into a new kind of industrial revolution, forcing people to abandon nomadic lifestyles and start settling down in towns and cities. But unfortunately, the planet is starting to die as well, and the rulers who came up with the knowledge to save it are now looking to bank on their unknown debt they bargained for in exchange for this knowledge long ago. Our main protagonists are Orphan and Skylar, childhood friends who, after a decade of traveling, arrive at the exclave capital, Verdun City. Unfortunately, the city has fallen into a deep depression, forcing the two into mercenary work for a group of assassins known only as the Operatives. Now, with the aid of an unnamed grunt, they must travel within the city's dangerous underbelly, fighting off all kinds of thugs and monsters, and complete their possibly suicidal objective. The controls are the standard used in RPG Maker games, but with a few elements tossed in, particularly in combat. The sprites of the characters and enemies are seen on screen and fully animated, as opposed to the default of having only the enemies' pictures and some animation for the spells. All sprites have been custom built and react in real time when they are hit or when they attack. On top of that, Orphan has his own set of quick-time related button combos for his attacks, giving the player more to do in combat than just spam the spacebar. All the graphics and music have been custom made and both blend together seamlessly. Just by the sounds alone, you get this feeling that the city you stand in is both technologically advanced, yet there's some element of sadness and dread lurking within these walls. That, combined with the creepy imagery like the rows and rows of mannequin children, and you've got a great recipe for a really interesting narrative. My main concern I can see people having trouble with that could be improved upon is the lighting. There are points in the demo where you wander through a series of rooms that have no source of light save for a lantern your character is carrying. The lantern, however, gives off very little light, and although you have a mini-map in the upper left corner, navigating around this space is difficult, especially with the enemies and the mannequins scattered about. Perhaps some spots with a small crack from the cityscape above or a flickering lamp could be implemented and could be effective in building atmosphere or even providing a bit of tension in the area. Also, as a side note, perhaps the enemies could have better drops or have more healing items, as they seem to get more scarce the further in you go, making it very difficult to progress when most of your party is dying. Overall, though, this is a unique and solid game with a really interesting premise, and I'm curious to see where the narrative will go. This is a talented team of individuals with a lot of passion in this project, and I highly recommend you check out this demo. If you enjoy role-playing games and stories with a bit of grit and a lot of mystery, this is a title for you. Check out the demo for OMNIS and help support this team as they construct their own artificial sun. This full game's release.